Hi guys, today we're gonna be playing Pokemon, but we're using randomizer. So basically, all the Pokemon will be randomized. You can get legendaries from grass, all that, and and you can get like random starters. So yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to start a new game for randomizer? Yes.
In this version of Pokemon, everything is fused with a legendary. So, instead of a bug catcher just having Caterpie, now they'll have a Caterpie that's been fused with a random legendary to make a whole new Pokemon. Every trainer in the game has had their teams fused, leading to some hilarious and cursed combinations, as well as making the game significantly harder. So, I played through this entire game to see just how absurd and difficult this would get. Here's how it went. The game begins with us choosing our starter, and for our legendary infused starters, our choice is between these: a Mewtwo Charmander, a Groudon Bulbasaur, or a Dialga Squirtle. All three of these fusions look awesome. Let me know which combination you'd be choosing in the comments below. But for me, while I would love to have a Bulbasaur equipped with a Volcano, or this Timu and Polion here, my small, smooth brain just can't ignore a fusion of Mewtwo and Charmander. So, with Mewmander secured, we have our first fusion, a Fire Psychic type with a huge special attack stat. And our new Mewmander was about to immediately be put to the test, as we have our first battle against our rival, Blue. Turns out, he chose the literal walking volcano, Groudon. While Charmander would usually have a big type advantage over Bulbasaur, with these fusions, it's a much harder matchup since Groudon is a poison ground type. All I can do here is try to hit it with Psywave, and while it is super effective, the damage is pretty pathetic before Blue hits me with a Mudshot that completely cripples my Mewmander. It also drops my speed, meaning that on the following turn,
Ash, our name will be Ash.
Hitting us with an ancient power that crushes Mewmander into the dirt, handing me my first loss. Yeah, I can already tell that this game is going to be absolutely insane. Despite that loss, we're still able to proceed, exiting out of Pallet Town onto Route 1. And it doesn't take long for us to find our first trainer battle. Although, Last Mimi here is packing the buffest looking Pidgey I have ever seen in my life. And once again, we are completely outmatched here as Mewmander is quickly decimated by Dragon Breath. Which means, yeah, I lost against both my rival and the very first trainer of the game. I fear we may be in trouble here. See, while Charmander gets a massive stat boost thanks to being fused with a legendary, all of our opponents also get stat buffs too. Clearly, this makes things incredibly dangerous, and I knew that before trying to tackle that dreaded Pidgey again, my only option was to train up my Mewmander. Thankfully, the wild Pokemon in this game aren't fused with legendaries, so it doesn't take too much time for us to get some extra levels. And once at level 7,
hey guys,
Mewmander
don't do your parents.
the dreaded Route 1 trainer, as a few confusions are all we need to claim our revenge, meaning that we had finally actually won a battle in this game. With that accomplishment, next we're headed for Pewter City to try and obtain our first gym badge. Due to every trainer having legendaries, we gain EXP really quickly, although this game has level caps built in, which thankfully prevents me from over-leveling. The bug types of Viridian Forest aren't much of a threat since we have a fire-type Mewtwo, whose embers utterly annihilate the local bug catchers. However, during this, we do get to see some ridiculous combinations, like Weesect, the most terrifying Weedle I've ever laid eyes on, as well as Katarina. Even as a dragon from the underworld, Caterpie still looks pretty pathetic. Regardless, after Mewmander had committed mass arson against the local bug catchers, we emerged
Guys, what happened?
outside of Viridian Forest.
Hold on, let me leave and join back. We got glitched.
This is where our first gym is waiting, but this raises a problem. See, Brock is going to be carrying two rock-type legendary fusions, which means that our lonesome fire-type starter is going to be at a huge disadvantage here. So, you might be wondering, how will we get more legendary fusions? Well, in this mod, our PC is full of random legendary eggs. So, the way this works is this. I'll I'll get one random egg to start with, which I can then fuse with any regular Pokemon I
Guys,
can.
we got
After that,
restart.
I'll unlock a new random egg after every gym battle, giving me access to more fusions.
Are
as
you
the game goes on.
serious?
So, for my first egg, I just grabbed this one out of the middle and started sprinting my little heart out all across Pewter City. This took
Okay,
a
let's keep
really long
going.
time, and my character was basically running in the Pewter City Marathon. But after a long cardio session, our egg finally hatches into Celebi. This is a great Pokemon to pull, since the first two gyms are both weak against grass. So, I then set out to try and find a suitable Pokemon to fuse with Celebi. I really didn't want to use any of the early game bugs or flying types, since that would make us weak to Brock and his rock types. Eventually though, to the west of the city, I was able to find Mankey. And after
Okay.
catching this guy, we fused our two new Pokemon into Manby. This may look like a harmless pixie piglet, but Manby is a solid grass fighting type, which makes it a very nice addition to the next gym. With our second fusion now recorded, I quickly trained up Manby to the level cap and returned to Pewter City, ready to take on the first gym leader. So, the battle against Brock begins, and oh my god! Geodude! What have they done to you? Against this goofy-looking Phoenix, I lead with Mewmander, and we actually get really lucky here. Because not only does our first attack leave Geo confused, it also then hits itself, giving us the first KO without taking any damage whatsoever. This brings Brock down to his final Pokemon, Groundix. This thing looks insane. Somehow, Groundix looks way more terrifying than even Groudon does. This fusion keeps Onyx's ground walk typing,
Can I
so
keep going?
I continue using Confusion, but this does way less damage to Groundix. So, we're not able to finish it off before Mewmander is smacked into its grave by a second super effective ancient power. This leaves us with only the Flying Kid, who is now left to single-handedly deal with this nightmare-fueled behemoth. Thankfully though, our grass fighter has a great matchup here. Manby can take an ancient power really well before one last karate chop is all we need to
Okay, guys,
Groundix
let's keep
into
going.
dirt. With that, the dreaded rock snake had been slain, and we had earned our very first badge. After the fight, Brock also gives us a drying pan, which I will absolutely be wearing from
Sorry,
now on.
guys.
With our first gym
Anyways,
obtained,
let's keep
this
going.
challenge is all about making your Pokemon stronger by finding the right fusion. But when it comes to running your business, you can make it stronger by combining it with Odin.
I'm so excited
Odin is an all-in-one software tool designed to help you run your own business.
to get our first Pokemon. I wonder what type of random Pokemon there is. I hope that I get like a legendary. Maybe like Greninja, Ash Greninja, that would be cool. Or Charizard. Level 1 billion. No, I'm just kidding, we can do billions. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay. 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 Finally, this time it didn't get glitched. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, Eevee. I think they made sure they're not like that powerful. Ooh, Reshiram. Ooh, this one is cool.
After Mewmander continues burning its way through bug types, our starter finally evolves into Mew.
I want.
A Charmeleon with a Mewtwo-shaped head that, more importantly, gets a nice
I want this. Oh, I'm right on.
It's also here that we find one of the coolest
How's that cute?
games so far, Pikachu. Not only does this thing look sick, it even has little Pikachu hands. In another timeline, this right here would be the Pokemon mascot that we all love. After leaving yet
Let's keep going.
Inside, we still have to chase down Team Rocket, but their plan in this game is all about trying to achieve a three-way Pokemon fusion. Once we track them down inside this cave, their fusion experiment fails, causing them to flee and clearing us to pick up our Helix fossil. On top of that though, Mount Moon also has some other interesting additions, like this little like an adorable little...
Oh, too. This is amazing for me because
Oh God, no!
I'm an electric type. Thundershock!
Also has some inside.
Bye. Oh, that was crazy. Oh my.
I'm scared, and I think I need an adult. Finally, Mount Moon now has a new little area, which, most importantly, is where we can buy a set of wearable Clefairy ears. Now we're
Okay, let's keep going.
like a game. Anyway, it's really related.
Oh my, bro. Jake just got cooked. Our rival starter just got cooked so bad. Oh, I'm so happy I choose my ride on.
And after a while, this time I got Articuno. So I had to find something.
Okay, let's keep going.
And while it would be funny to have a Poliwag, ultimately there's one other Pokemon I had in mind, Cleffa. Because by fusing these two together, we create this. A little flying Kirby that is honestly so adorable. Although it doesn't stay this cute for long, as our new Artifa quickly evolves into its middle stage, Clefkuno. And after tracking down an evolution stone from inside Mount Moon, Clefkuno evolves again, this time into Clefkuno. Again, don't be fooled though. Clefkuno might look like a malnourished pig chicken, but this is a deceptively strong Pokemon. It's pretty
Rockruff.
very
Why is it green?
with one of these strangest Pokemon
Yeah, I'm not catching you.
we were ready to head north of
Why are you green?
the rematch against our rival, the man who absolutely crushed my Mewmander back in Oak Lab. While his team has some scary new additions, ours does too. This fight is still really
Ooh,
close,
Sword
but
Rock.
our Clefkuno absolutely Ice Guard finishing off the evolved Grousel and taking care of the new Abra Mew fusion.
Thunder.
After that, without
Dragon
Clefkuno,
Breath.
we definitely would have lost that fight, but it's pretty clear that our rival is going to be a menace once he gets more evolutions. After Blue takes off, we have to make
Let's
our way
keep
to
going.
Bill's house, and there are a lot of trainer
I
battles
want to
involved.
catch one
These are
Pokemon.
overly challenging, but they do present us
What are
with
you?
the cutest fusions so far.
Terracon?
Who is here, who I would
You don't look like a fighting type.
as well as Ryan, who is literally
Thought you was an earth type.
Rayquaza.
Earth type. Bro, what is an earth type?
It's in the top percent. Come on.
Bro, what?
Really big.
Shockwave.
Oh my god, kill it, quick! Kill it with fire before it breeds! Anyway, after a gauntlet of battles,
Goldeen.
we finally make it to Bill's house, where we
Interesting. This Pokemon we can use Thundershock.
feel this fresh Pikachu onesie. With all
Thundershock.
now that we're dressed
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go.
to hunt down our second badge. However, the gyms in this game only let you bring an equal number of Pokemon to the gym leader. And since Misty only has a team of 2, we have to choose one Pokemon to bench. But given that our new Melian is weak to water, it's a pretty simple choice to leave our starter on the bench. So, with our remaining duo in tow, we charged into Misty's gym, ready to earn our second badge. Hey Misty, how do you feel about a man in a Pikachu onesie? Ew, no. Then how about a man in Clefairy? Gross. You look like that creep. Ew. Fine then. What about my drying pan?
The Home Depot has fast, free delivery, so you can get everything you need without having to go anywhere.
Yummy.
Order today and get fast, free delivery from the Home Depot.
Ooh. Riolu!
Totally exploited.
Riolu! Oh my!
Someone they met on Roblox. You may qualify.
Here's my number. The fight begins as Misty leads with her Celadine, making this a
Don't kill, don't kill.
Celadine showdown. Thankfully though, hers isn't a grass type, which gives us a massive type advantage.
No!
Quickly give us the first KO. Misty then follows up with her ace, Rayu, a fusion of Staryu and Rayquaza, which is a lot deadlier than it looks. After hitting it with Leech Seed, big damage with Twitch.
I could have got Riolu.
Things start to look very dangerous after Misty then hits us with a super effective ancient power and heals up with a super potion. However, the chip damage and recovery allowing Kumo to survive long enough to finish the fight with guts. If that Staryu was evolved, we probably would have lost it. But thankfully, our legendary fusions had secured the win, as well as our second badge. After collecting my next legendary egg from the PC, now we're clear to begin moving forward towards Vermilion City. Along the way, we find some more incredibly cute baby legendary fusions, as well as more cool Pikachu combinations. And it doesn't take too long for us to reach Vermilion City. Besides the usual items that can be found here, Infinite Fusion also introduces new content like side quests, in-game trades with NPCs, as well as the option to buy some very has also had a bit of a makeover, including an extra side quest that requires us to dress up like a maid and serve customers in a restaurant. My favorite Pokemon is Drowsy. FBI, check this man's hard drives and add him to the list at once. There are a lot of battles on this boat, and some of them have some pretty wild fusions. But none of them are as crazy as the fight against our rival, because this time, he has a Kadabra Mewtwo that literally just looks like Frieza. I could have sworn I heard this thing call me a Saiyan monkey. After beating our rival, we take the cup gem from the sea captain and steal his hat just to rub it in. With that, now we can leave the SSN behind and take on the third gym. While setting up, our Mandy finally evolves into Prime. It's still now it's just much more menacing. On top of that, the legendary egg we got for beating Misty also hatches, giving us our newest legend, Kyogre. This thing is a beast, and probably one of the best legendaries in the game. Although, you might think this is a bad pull, since the next gym leader specializes in electric types. However, I have a plan for that, because I intend to fuse our new Kyogre with Diglett, or more specifically, the Doug trio that it quickly evolves into. By combining these two Pokemon, we create the abomination known as Kyo Trio, a three-headed Kyogre that now has an added ground type, making it completely immune to electric attacks. With this new addition to the team, now we were ready to take on the third gym. And while it might not seem like a good idea to wear a metal drying pan on your head inside the electric gym, thankfully, our Kyo Trio makes this completely safe, as our new legendary fusion just keeps on spamming Mud Bomb, which rips right through Surge's entire roster, including his very cursed-looking Pikachu. This results in our most dominant fight so far, earning us our third badge in no time at all. After leaving the gym, I decided to spend some time doing side quests. And while these aren't crucial to the overall plot, it's Pokemon, as well as the ability to revive some of our fossils. Although the most
Whoa!
important thing I unlocked is the ability to put hats on Pokemon. I didn't know that I needed this in my life, but I absolutely did. I mean, you can't deny that giving these to a hat makes them infinitely cooler. During this time, the legendary egg I got for beating Surge also hatched into Cresselia, so I temporarily mostly because of how cursed this thing looks. So, with one of the strangest looking Pokemon teams of all time, we then began moving forward by cutting through the trees and heading east of Cerulean. After quickly moving through the trainers hill,
Thundershock.
we eventually arrived
Please
at
don't kill, please don't kill, please don't kill!
as some of the most
Whoa!
absurd fusions so far, like Zupa, who look like a Jirachi that used Wish to wish for 100 hamburgers.
Then Thundershock again!
We get to encounter the mighty
Don't kill, don't kill.
I don't know
Yes!
what that Oton does, but I think it's dangerous to try and find out. Anyway, after eventually exiting the rock tunnel, now we had entered the Pokemon Infinite Fusion mid.
Volleyball!
no problem. And after the rest of
That's
the game
perfect.
gradually wears down Erica's ace,
It won't kill.
a comfortable fourth badge. We were cruising through the gym challenge and we're now on our way to earning the next badge. After meeting the legendary egg turned out to be Zapdos, and I have the perfect fusion partner in mind. So, with our new team, now we can encounter the giant. This is one of the best fusion partners in the game. Using something with Snorlax is basically like asking, what if we took this standard normal This leads to some of the funniest fusions in the game. And in the case of our new Zaplax here, this thing is obviously no longer capable of flying. Now we finally had a full team of fusions and began the long journey towards Fuchsia City. There are
Well, guys, I think the video has been too long, so this is the end. See you in the next video. Bye.